Oh man, I've been waiting for this. It's time for another Rose video, and you just know this time around it's going to be juicy, since his last video actually was a little bit of a lackluster. I heard his roof collapsed on top of him, and you know, his gear broke, all that stuff that happens to a bold man that record in the middle of the forest, and that's okay. The video was still fire, but this time around he's back in its fullest glory, and we're gonna enjoy every single minute of it. Now, that being said, the video is called I Can't Do This Anymore, a Guild Wars 2 PvP interlude. So it's not a complete video, it's only 15 minutes long, but that being said, 15 minutes of Rose is more than enough to send you into the nearest asylum, so that may be a good thing. Now, guys, I know that you say that I cover some memes with my camera. You need to realize, this man plants meme in every goddamn corner. No matter where I put my camera, you're bound to miss something. Okay, so just watch the original video and that's it. I always leave links in the description. He deserves that. Go give him a like and a sub. He's actually great. But with that in mind, I'm gonna do my best not to laugh. He's gonna have to work for it, and I'm gonna enjoy that. He needs to actually work nowadays. It's time. The mercy period is over. Let's start. Nice casting couch. Yeah. God damn it, dude. Why the PewDiePie bridge, man? Why? Why the PewDiePie bridge? I expected all the rest. Why the PewDiePie bridge incident? God damn it.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Oh.
And
this video is going to be family friendly, I'm sure.
Apologize to all of you. See, the content that I've been making on this channel has been pretty upsetting and off-putting to particular groups of people out there.
True.
And this
you recognize these wrongdoings.
Insensitive of me. Some of these groups have reached out to me, and in the most empathetic.
Dog, are you kidding me? Is this real, or did he take them from anywhere else? That's actually insane if he actually got these messages. Dude, people are so sensitive. And you know what's the funny part about all of that? Is that, unironically, all of these people that advocate for less hate in the world are the most hateful pieces of shit ever known to man. That's crazy. Look at these messages over a few jokes. Jesus, get a life, dude.
And sensitive of ways.
Is that an Oy vey reference? Oh god, come on, man.
Have told me exactly.
Liar. If you have any integrity at all, you will make a video apologizing for saying Guild Wars 2 is pay to win. That's the lamest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read all of these later. I don't want to get too stuck up on that, but that's actually funny.
How they feel about the things I say online. And to those groups, I'd like you to know that I hear you. I see you.
Yeah,
I'm
finally.
Listening.
I feel seen and heard.
And I'm learning. And in response to you
Thankfully.
sharing with me the things that you hear online said by a complete stranger in his underwear that you take seriously and leave you emotionally traumatized.
You know his opinion matters.
Like to thank
Oh
each
damn,
and
I
every
love
single
that
one of
mission.
you
Best mission in
for
Call of
telling
Duty
me
history.
exactly where all your softest spots are, because you've given me the courage to get much worse in the future. But
this is a testament to how old you are. If you actually recognize the shit that he put on the screen, like, that's so good. Man, I love the old internet. It used to be the wild fucking west. It was so good. It was so good. You had all of these links floating around. You never knew what one is going to take you to. And it was glorious. It was like gambling, but with fun. Like, not real life money. You know, one link give you the best video you've ever seen of all of these content creators, and one video just took your entire PC away because it was a Trojan horse. But it was good. I mean, it was fun. You know what? It was fun. I love that. I miss the old internet. And it's actually kind of funny. I know... I mean, I don't know. I wonder if this guy actually heard about Children of Poseidon. That being said, please don't, like, check them out on YouTube, okay? Unless you want to see some depraved stuff that was allowed on YouTube back in the day. But, yeah, I really wonder if he heard about them. Like, the man actually ate a whole cactus. That's all I'm going to say, okay? It was crazy. And this was monetizable, like, back in the day. I don't know if that's a real word, but it's crazy. Like, people have monetized off of that. YouTube used to be insane. You guys don't know that. If you're a Gen Z, You don't know that. And I know that technically I counted as a Gen Z because I was born in 98, but I'm the beginner. Like, I'm the beginner of Gen Z. And you know what? I'll take that. It's fine.
Not really what this
Well, it's not
apology is
fine, but
about,
it is what it is.
because you see, I've been lying to you. The last you saw of me, I was well on my way to level 80 in a pure, untainted, and innocent experience of good gameplay marred by some pretty shitty storytelling. We'd just tried out some dungeons, joined up with an incompetent dragon-slaying task force with a lower attention span than a squirrel with a fentanyl problem, and finally gotten the humans of Guild Wars 2 to connect more deeply with the pussy of Guild Wars 2. I told you that the series was all about sticking to the leveling experience, about taking the main story quest line and going from level 1 to level 80. But here's the problem with that statement. I found the PvP button.
Ooh, I still need to do PvP in Guild Wars 2. Right now, I'm still learning my character. I'm playing a Luminary Guardian, and he's super difficult. His rotation is nasty, and there's so many buttons to press, and off cooldown, and all that stuff. You can lower the cooldown of your virtues, and you can equip different radiant weapons. Each does something else. It's so crazy. And I know you guys have told me to opt for something easier. That being said, nah. I'ma do it my own way, or however this kid, Spider Boy, says it. It's so good. Like, it's so much fun, and I always love taking the most difficult characters because I just love the learning curve. It may not be for other people, but even if I struggle and I'm a really slow learner, I love doing all of that. Because at the end, when you actually master the craft, you feel so much better about yourself. And that's good because I have nothing in real life to be proud of. So at least in video games, I can have my fun.
Now, for as long as I can remember,
PvP Coholics.
I've had this problem that I just can't seem to escape. It doesn't matter what game I play. It doesn't matter how good or bad I am at it. Hell, it doesn't even matter if I'm winning or losing. I can finally admit that I'm a bit of a PvP addict. And the first step to recovery is always admitting that you have a problem. See, the same way an alcoholic can't touch a drink, or a white woman in a first world nation can't own a large male dog, if I so much as smell a button in a game menu telling me that I can PvP, I get lost in the sauce. So come with me as we descend into the salted abyss, where women and children can't handle a bit of cheeky Xbox Live banter, and grown men collapse under the weight of their own
seeing Vosh raging over the most mundane stuff ever, it was hilarious, because this guy is so weird, and you know that the stuff he does is so depraved. Watching him rage was the best thing in the world. I don't know what happened to him these days. Maybe he's banned. I'm not really sure. He kind of disappeared from sight. But yeah, we only have the dog shocker remain. But you know what? Seeing him rage is even better.
Instability and enter the 9th circle of MMO hell.
PvP. Yikes. This is it. Come on, man.
Actually,
he's back with the ghillie
this
suit.
Is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. The pre-PvP zone instantly rebalanced me out to level 80 and gave me access to all the skills and abilities that I haven't earned out in the real game.
Oh, damn, really? So PvP actually balances itself out by giving you every option? Okay, that's kind of cool. You know what? Usually I'm against this and level scaling and giving players free stuff like that without earning them, but it's only true when it comes to PvE. When it comes to PvP, I'm way more lenient because I understand that player versus player needs to be a lot more fair and grounded. So I think that what they're doing here is actually quite great. I don't want you guys to think I'm like not being, you know, a little bit of a hypocrite about that. I strictly love games that actually do PvE and PvP separately. I think that is awesome. That's the reason for why I really hate Ashes of Creation, because they completely fumbled the bag on this one. And yeah, it's just really bad over there in general, obviously, in addition to all of the random bugs and glitches they have and all the mechanics that can be abused by nerds. But that being said, I think Guild Wars 2 has done something really good here.
So not only can I fight on a level playing field with everyone else regardless.
But that goes to saying that it does have a significant downside that really new players that have no idea what they're doing can just choose everything and completely mess up. Like, that is a downside for sure.
Regardless of my actual level, but I also get to show everyone on my team what a complete fucking idiot I am by not knowing what buttons I should be pressing. I have unknowingly become God's punishment upon my fellow players and their spot.
He said it. He said it himself. You see, like, this is true. Completely totally noob player can come into your game and ruin everything, and you wouldn't even know about that.
Spotless PvP record, and they don't even know it yet. But first things first, I pick out the shittiest, untested engineer build known to mankind, because following hyper-specific online build guides is only for people incapable of independent
You're lucky you're missing what my camera is currently hiding.
thought, and completely neglect whatever the fuck this PvP specific loadout does, and go get my ass kicked by a training dummy just before being unceremoniously dumped into a match the same way an unwanted fetus would be into a sink in a Texas gas station. With little to no clue of what I'm doing, an announcer with the voice of a retired pirate in a homeless shelter tells me what to do.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
And suddenly, the fog of confusion clears from my eyes. This is just another variant of World of Warcraft's Rathi Basin, with the only difference being that there's little to no coordination happening here. You're always getting caught out alone and gank-banged to death. Somehow, the blue team is always the losing side, and god damn it, I just described a Rathi Basin perfectly.
Exactly. Down to the teeth. But to be fair, it was fun. And if it's fun, it's good.
Having already spent years of my life developing a Pavlov dog-like response, I do exactly what the secret CIA members at Blizzard have programmed me to do, and immediately abandon my team to attempt to 1v5 a collective clusterfuck of the enemy team. Then, in a panic, I realize the error of my ways the moment 90% of my health pool immediately vanishes, leaving me with little choice but to run away like a little bitch. Did this strategy help me survive?
Oh, dude, it's crazy. He always says what I'm saying just a second after. Dude, this guy, I don't know why. Like, it's maybe it's because we grew up in the same era. I don't know. We have the same mentality, which, goddamn, it's a bit unfortunate now that I think about that. But you know what? It is what it is.
That encounter? No. Did my opponents grant me a swift and merciful death? Also no. In Graveyard Wars 2, when your health bar depletes, you don't die. You get knocked into a downed and immobile state.
And I always love that about Guild Wars 2. I love the second wind element of it. I love the fact that you're not really out yet, and you still have a chance to return. Yes, you can get horribly executed, and, you know, it's kind of, it is what it is. But at the same time, it gives you a secondary chance to at least do something, which is amazing. And I love the fact that all the abilities are different, depends on which class you chose as well. That's pretty dope. I mean, it's not really Call of Duty where you can just bombard yourself and take yourself with the enemy, and that was actually insanely fun, but it's still good.
If you were a League of Legends player who forgot to charge the battery on their mobility scooter,
oh, man.
You can't move and you're given a set of worthless abilities to press while waiting to bleed out. For the engineer, these abilities include throwing rocks at the guy who just beat your ass to death when previously you had a gun, whipping out your rope and getting your opponent to take an up-close look at it, and taking several eternities to duct tape yourself back together, as if your murderer would ever let you do that. But by the will of Allah alone, there's at least one useful ability that the downed engineer gets. A throwable
Oh man, don't tell me he can actually...
It's just too bad that
way, they actually have that. That's crazy. That actually sounds insanely fun. I said it just like off the cuff like that. It just reminded me of Call of Duty, but that's so good. It's actually so good.
And that button does a laughable amount of damage.
I remember that video.
And so that leaves me to die in a slow, painful way while my killer watches. The same way a National Geographic photographer watches a fly-riddled African child slowly expire and does nothing to further harm or help them. But that's logical.
Jesus Christ. This guy, you know, I actually love the fact that I found someone who hates the Azura just as much as I do. And by the way, I know that some of you play this class, this race, sorry, and I'm ashamed of you. I want you guys to know that.
Okay, because just like any form of MMO PvP death, Guild Wreckage 2 or not, is just about the same as taking a bat flu soup vaccine. Having somewhat learnt my lesson, I revive and remember that a gun is a ranged weapon, and that teammates are disposable meat shields. I'm not supposed to be taking any damage because I'm not supposed to be in range of the primitives surrounding me with sharp metal sticks. And to better immerse myself in the art of American martial arts, I activate Fortnite mode and use the action camera instead of relying relying on the tab targeting one. Is this going to help me win this match? Probably not, because the objective here is to stand in the big glowing circle over there, and that's exactly what none of my teammates are doing. The other reason I know we won't be winning this match is because I was dumb enough to kit myself out with grenades, and I keep throwing each and every single one of them exactly where everyone isn't. Maybe at this point I should just be grateful that Grenade Wars 2 doesn't have friendly fire. So instead, I default to using my ultimate ability, which amounts to my character smoking enough crack to believe he's actually turning into a tornado and shooting lightning at people before running away like the world's bravest soldier whenever I have less than 50% HP. I do die a few more times, but every now and then, when surrounded by the other players of my team, I at least get to pretend that I assisted in killing some people. And before I know it, the match ends. We lose and a stat screen pops up letting me know exactly how useless I was to my team. But hey, believe it or not, I actually ended up having more fun than I expected to in this open-air non-consent dungeon. That first match didn't exactly go great, but what did you expect? I'm a completely new player. Of course I was gonna screw it up. I'm sure after a little bit of practice, things will get a lot better.
True. Surely he learned. Oh, damn. That's it. The reason we lost, aka Rose.
Things did not, in fact, get a lot better. It turns out that as fun as a masochist like me finds Gun Wars 2 PvP, it has a few issues. It's not the game modes. Those are fine. It's not the gameplay. That's still great. It's the players. And there's just no way to really fix that problem. I'm not even sure it should be.
Well, there is. Just uninstall everything. That's it. You're free, Chief. But no, we're not gonna do that because in our minds, we can always win, and we need that slight dopamine rush before we go back to our real life and cry.
Be fixed. This is another one of those issues that's not really unique to Guild Wars 2 and probably exists across most other MMORPGs.
Every single video game.
The PvP is not so much based around your particular skill set, so much as it is around your game knowledge. What that means is that if you want to get good at Guild Wars 2 PvP, you better sign up to Hustlers University.
God damn it, dude, actually using a bottom G meme. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Sell your ass and your soul online to afford a few unpaid years of attaining forbidden knowledge and abandon PvP meta before trying to even catch up to the demonic entities that inhabit the space. I'm getting my ass beat most of the time because these PvPers have been at it for years against each other, and I'm just starting out. They outrank me in every qualitative sense imaginable. And since I'm not going to be fusing my skin to the cheap leather of my gaming chair anytime soon, I'm likely never going to be catching up to them. If you're having trouble understanding me because you main a DPS, or worse, you have the mental capacity of an IRL streamer in Japan, then
I know this video was made 1 year ago. What's up with Johnny Somali by this point? Is he in prison? I think he is, right? You know, I've stopped following after like the entire shenanigan tree, but what's up with him, right? I completely, I lost track.
Think of it this way. Game knowledge outstrips everything else in Grape Wars 2 PvP. If you know what abilities and builds other people are most likely packing, you're...
Really? That's actually interesting. I want to see that again.
You know
you actually have PvP metas? I'm assuming so. It's just the nature of every game, right? You'll always have a few classes that just shining and a few classes that just completely trash at PvP. It's the same for PvE as well. But I will say that I think in PvE, most classes are playable at the very least in Guild Wars 2, so that's great. But I don't know about PvP. It's a completely different beast, and I guess it really depends on the kit. So, yeah, I guess it's interesting. You know what? It actually kind of just makes me sad that I chose a Guardian, because I heard Guardians are kind of the golden boy, and they're good at everything. And I really wanted to play something that not many people play, because I always love to go off the beaten path. So I kind of wish I chose an engineer instead, but you know what? Guardian is still kind of dope, so I think it's fine. But that being said, I don't know if that tier list is accurate or not.
Abilities and builds other people are most likely packing, you're likely to know what fights you can win and which to avoid. If you've got your timings right or have a bursty build that hits like an NFL player hits their wife, you're probably gonna win. And why shouldn't you? Of course, someone who's dedicated that much time to this aspect of the game is going to curb stomp my teeth into the pavement each and every single time. I can't even be that mad about it. But what I can at least be confused about is what the fuck is this non-specific red-vested live streamer allegedly doing in the children's playpen? Why?
Don't make any assumptions. You don't know the reason to. Hey, don't do that. It's completely by coincidence, trust me. There's no correlation whatsoever.
am I, a relatively new and inexperienced player, being matched up against these monstrosities who eat undercooked chicken tendies
Oh
and
man,
shit out
if you are a WoW player, you know this video, and well, to be honest, if you're a WoW player, you are probably this guy too.
PvP kills? I mean, where the fuck is the matchmaking system in this game that's supposed to ease the PvP dick into me, as opposed to just jumping to high-speed fisting? Of all things, why would they... I get it now. It's because the PvP
Interesting.
population of Guild Whipping 2 is such a tiny fraction of the total population count that I'm just getting ass blasted.
Okay, I know he said it was an assumption, but I mean, still, is the PvP guild community, like Guild Wars 2 community, is that small? Are you only playing against each other and that's it? I mean, I heard the PvP was really good and popular, so I thought it would be the other way around. I thought it would be extremely popular compared to other games. I still think that most players, well, I don't think, I know for a fact, most players are, when they play MMORPGs, they love the PvE more than the PvP. Obviously, that's why they play. But I mean, the percentages of PvP players can vastly grow and decrease between different MMOs. So it's really interesting. I thought Guild Wars 2 PvP would be on the upper scale. It's kind of interesting to hear that that's not maybe the case, but it's just an assumption, you know? We just have to see the numbers, the real numbers.
Over and over again by the same dudes, like I'm a fatherless girl in her early 20s who just left for college. Does this make the PvP of Guild Wars 2 bad? No, not really. But it does fuck up anyone new's ability to improve gradually over time to any significant degree. Because the PvP learning curve isn't steep. It's a fucking cliff face. But it has acted as a decent bridge of what I can expect ability-wise when I do finally hit level 80. My newfound suffering has given me newfound motivation to get back to the story and open world where my character isn't being shit inside of like they're an Instagram model on a Sheikh-funded trip to Dubai. This is not a place for the mentally stable or new players to have fun. This is a place to use and exploit. A place to avoid the leveling story that's been mediocre at best thus far. Look, I want to carry on.
He's right.
I want to keep PvP.
Man, recently, literally yesterday, I killed Zaitan. Dude, this fight was so ass. Holy. By the time this video would be up, the video of me destroying Zaitan already have been up for a few days probably. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how bad that fight was, man. I just looked at it and it was so cringe because Zaitan looks so insanely good. He's really well designed in terms of the way that he looks and, like, you know, even flies over you, and he's this huge dragon, and all you do is press one button on your keyboard and that's it. That's a fight. You just go inside of a cannon and you're like da 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 da, like that's it. That's it. How anyone thought this fight was good is beyond me. I'd even go as far as to say that the NPCs did more of the fighting than you. It was crazy. They shot the laser, they repaired the ship, they saved your ass when your ship crumbled. So they essentially took Zaitan down. You were just there to click one button and that's it. You just took care of the ship. You were part of the cleaning crew. It was so annoying. I really wish it would have been better. But you know what? At least I take some solace in the fact that it will get better because of the expansions. But it kind of sucks that the core game isn't that good.
But I think I gotta stop here before I fuck up my entire life and the rest of my leveling series. And now is about the time for me to really apologize to you because I lied again.
I earned an apology.
Just find the PvP button. I found all the other ways I could potentially boost my character to level 80. But I'm not gonna use any of them.
Yeah.
Because they all basically amount to the same thing of skipping the base game in order to reach max level as fast as possible. And I'd be like...
Absolutely, 100% facts. And the Guild Wars 2 is notoriously known for giving you all of these ways to just skip the, the trash parts. And it's like, dude, why instead of skipping all of the bad parts, just go back and make them good? Just go back and fix the game. That's it. I mean, I know it's very difficult to work on a new expansion and at the same time fix the old game, especially when you already stack like so many expansions on top of it. But in Guild Wars 2, it doesn't really matter. The game is horizontal. You can always go back and fix and it would be viable. It would be okay. So why not cut all the parts from the story that just turned you into this weird errand boy and actually make some of them fun? I don't get it. Like, go back and fix your shit. You have the money, you have the manpower, so just do that. I don't want to skip the story. I want the story to be good. And also, imagine when a new player comes into the game and he plays the core game, and this is doubly true nowadays because the base game is actually free. You tell him, oh, just skip that part. Oh, don't play it. It's not that good. You'll reach the good parts later. That's not a good mental thinking, okay? It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the game on the long term. And it's just not good because you need an influx of new players coming in. And whenever a new player comes in, experience the shit base game that you have, it won't continue into the expansions. Like, it just won't happen. And you can tell them, oh, just buy an expansion and skip. They're not going to do that. Most MMORPG players, even though it's less nowadays the case, still want to be connected with the lore. I believe they do. And we've been doggy trained to not love the lore anymore, but I don't think it's working as much as big companies would have expected. But, you know, you still need to make sure the players are connected with the world of Tyria. And the way you do that is by fixing the old games that sucks and fixing the old part that sucks. That's it. That's all they need to do. And it's not too difficult because some parts are really good, but you need to overhaul the entire Zaiten fight. I gotta be honest with you. Like, it wasn't good. It just wasn't good. You need to change everything. And I think that if you offer certain rewards, old players will try that new fight. Just make it good.
To you again if I didn't say that it feels intentional. It's like the game itself knows how lackluster the leveling experience is and wants desperately for you to avoid running your way through it beyond maybe an initial playthrough. Alright,
absolutely.
Okay. It's time I came completely clean with you. I've been leveling a second set of characters over on a second account just so I can double check all the information that I put into these videos. And I gotta tell you that aside from some of the personal character stories that you chose during the character creator that evaporate almost entirely after level 40. When you end up running your way through the base game leveling experience more than twice without power leveling your character, most of the story and character interactions that you get to see go from being mildly underwhelming to excruciatingly bland. And I'm saying this as someone who has sunken.
The dialogue is such a slog in the core game loop, man. It's insane. It's so generic and boring. It really reminds me of retail WoW, and it's just so sad to say, you know. I'm not here to hurt your game, guys. I love Guild Wars 2, but at the same time, the base game is so difficult. The only reason I survived through the slog is because you guys have told me it's getting way better in the expansions. And you need to remember, I played this game for the first time 4 years ago, and I ended up quitting after 2 months because the base game was just too much for me to handle. It just wasn't fun. And I thought to myself, okay, why the hell would I continue to the expansions if, you know, the base game isn't good? But nowadays it's different because I actually upload content and you guys are telling me that wait, survive, it's going to be better. But most people don't have that experience. Most people would play the base game and just quit. They'll just dip immediately.
Thousands of hours of their life into both MMOs and single-player RPG games. And that's having played most of them more than once and leveled
I need to try that.
Characters the non-boosty way.
Nice name, Woombraider.
So I have a suggestion for the Guild Wars 2 devs who have absolutely no reason to listen to me. Your game is filled with variety, filled with options and choices to make, but your base game leveling experience only has 3. Suffer through something mostly unmemorable, at least up to my current level, pay to boost, or
and also, just a really random point I wanna, just throw it out here. Guys, there's so much lull between main story missions, and I'm not mean between main story missions one through the other. I mean literally inside of a mission you can go AFK and it will still be good. It's crazy. I had that dumb mission where you have to wait on a field until people just come, you know, not come like that, pause, okay, not like that, but they just come to save you or something. And you're on a beach. I forgot how this mission called. I did it a couple of days ago. And it was so boring. All you had to do is stand in one place and that's it. You didn't even have to kill the monsters. It was so bad. I don't know what they made it this way. And also with the Zaiten fight, I'm gonna probably bring it a lot more in the future because it was so horrendous. There was this part where you had to kill one dragon and you had to shoot him with a cannon, which was fun. But for some reason, they made it so you have to kill 2 more dragons on top of that. Why? Why? We already did it once. Why did we have to do that again? And the fact that you had to wait 30 seconds between each time a dragon is actually shootable and you can actually deal damage to him, It's so annoying. You just watch them like this. You're just staying inside the cannon. You're like, oh, dude, please. Just let me kill you so I can end this nightmare. It was so horrible. I don't know why they designed it this way. And it happens on so many missions, too. You just have so much dead space between zone to zone. It's just frustrating.
Become a power shitter and skip the entire experience with an overtuned XP system. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way. This isn't the toilet paper aisle at Walmart, where your only options are sandpaper, 2-ply, or getting in touch with your inner self. You didn't have to pick just one. You could have had a more memorable leveling experience that acts more than just an extended game tutorial. And also have all these power leveling systems that you currently have. And this might come as a little bit of a shock, but if you build a great leveling experience into your base game, people might actually want to go back and experience that. Maybe not just once or twice, but a few times. And as an added bonus, it might actually give new players more incentive.
Oh, damn, guys, have you heard that? Wait. I actually want you guys to listen to this part extremely carefully.
Few times. And as an added bonus, it...
Oh, that was the nastiest audio switch I've ever heard in my life. And guys, you know I barely pay attention to this and I don't really care. And neither should you. But I know that he does. Yeah, I'm in your head now, big boy. Better be prepared.
Might actually give new players more incentive to want to reach the endgame of Guild Wumbo 2 and be able to experience all the things that I keep continuously being told about in the expansions. Look, Guild Wars 2. I get it.
It's dying.
You're old, you're busted up, you're tired. There's talks of Guild Wars 3 coming out soon. Most of your longtime buddies are bald or dying of middle age. But you have to know that you've got something that most MMOs your age just don't have. You're alive somehow. And I can't believe I'm saying
more
this,
of that
but
copium.
if you just fixed up your base game experience to the same level that you have your later expansions at that I keep on hearing about from the player base, well then maybe you'd even stand a chance at retaining some of the normies that try your game out for the first time, even now in 2024.
Yeah, and it was so obvious you would say that. I mean, this is so true. Like, they just need to go back and fix their shit. That's it.
And that stuff's stronger than I remember it being. But I think that's about enough with all the apologies and pretending that I'm actually sorry for being right about everything. We've had our little PvP detour now. We've suffered our way through my addiction. And it's just about time that we get straight back to leveling.
Oh boy. You know next video is going to be spicy. Yeah, next video is going to be absolutely fire. Next one is the last one. Dude, that's such a shame. As always, big
thank to my subscribers, both old and new.
Yeah.
And a special thank to the Gankbank PvP carry squad, who keep me alive and going in this absolutely dog-shit MMORPG that we call real life. Your contributions are always appreciated. And so you know, weekly live streams are now active over on the second channel, directly because of you assholes throwing money at me like I'm a 2-bit hooker. Anyway, more content soon.
And I'm one of them. I actually watched his recent stream. It was great. But it was filled with spoilers, so I kind of ended up dipping. Regardless, great video. Oh my god, it's so incredible. I'm so happy that he actually said he was going back to making content, because I caught up at a perfect moment. I haven't heard about this guy until you actually told me to watch his videos, and now I've watched almost everything. So it's crazy. We only have one video left, and then we need to wait for the new cycle to continue, right? Oh man, it was such a fantastic video, man. I enjoyed this one a lot. Finally, the man is back, and the next video is, I think, over 40 minutes long, so it's gonna be a juicy one for sure. But that being said, this video was fire. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You guys can watch this video for yourself. Give him a like, give him a sub instantly. This video was incredible as always, and yeah, can't wait for the new one.